Thank you, Dane, for depressing the hell out of everyone.
Yes.
I hate you. Yeah, there's more of that. Okay. Yes, I'm Luke Saunders. This is only my second time doing stand-up. I don't want to brag, but last time I killed. Didn't know how to end the set. A few years ago, I decided to become a minimalist, which is my way of saying I don't date fat chicks. I feel like I've divided the room. There's a joke that I used to tell. I'll tell it now, but I don't tell it anymore. It's what color does a Smurf turn if you choke it? See, I used to tell it until Brainy Smurf died of autoerotic asphyxiation. So is the smart ones. Woe to you all. I've come up with a new idea that will make infusing baked goods with marijuana easier. It's called Cannabisquick. See me after the show. I used to have a hamster, but it died. Fell asleep at the wheel. I don't know why my uncle thought it could drive. There are, for men at least, the two greatest varieties of sex are blowjobs and phone sex, in that order. Blowjobs because they combine man's two greatest pleasures, sex and doing absolutely nothing. And phone sex because it's not like you have to call her the next day. Again, dividing the room. I know I just told a sex joke, but I am in fact an enormous prude. I've never asked for an extension on a paper, simply because it sounds vaguely sexual. And you know, I have a vivid fantasy life, I guess you could say. And I just imagine every time, you know, the professor saying something like, "Oh, but I've already got an extension for you." And that's the thing, I don't care if that's not funny, I just want you all to have that image. The world is a dangerous place. It's true. Just last week, I walked into the pub and punched someone in the face. Here's a joke that's relevant to the plight in Somalia. It's not that bad. So I was told the other day that apparently third world and first world are no longer politically correct terms. What you're supposed to say is developing world and developed world, which makes it sound like America has massive breasts. And sub-Saharan Africa is still in a training bra. It's always important to be direct with diabetics, never sugarcoat things. There's something to be said about Justin Bieber and his music. They're shit. Now I'm going to try non-one-liner stand-up, so I apologize if this is absolutely terrible. Okay, there's a game that I play. I would bet that most of you play it too. I personally call it shit chicken, where you're sitting in a stall and you're about to relieve yourself, and someone else enters the restroom and sits down in the stall next to you, and then you just wait. Because no one wants to admit to anyone else that they actually poop. I don't poop. I concentrate best with my pants around my ankles. I go there for contemplation. But I mean, I personally believe that I'm the best at this game. If anyone wants to challenge me, there are restrooms right outside this room. That is the weirdest proposition ever. So anyway, there was this one particular instance a few weeks ago where I was sitting down, steeling myself, I have to prepare for like 20 to 30 seconds. I have to tell myself, everybody poops, you poop, it's okay, before I can even start. You know, so I'm preparing myself, and another guy comes into the restroom, and I have foolishly chosen the middle stall, because it's the clean stall. So another guy walks in, and he goes to the stall to my left, and apparently he doesn't play this game. So, I mean, before his pants are even on the ground, before I think there was even rim to butt contact, he is dropping deuces like depth charges. And so, you know, I can't poop. I mean, I'm aware that he poops now, but he can't know that I do. So anyway, I sit there and wait, and I'm bored, so I start to observe. Which is not as creepy as it sounds. Until later. No, so I'm sitting there, and, you know, he was done very quickly, which, you know, roughage, it's important. So, he finishes. That sounds like a sexual act. No, he completes the bowel movement. He wipes, and then he does something that baffles me. He gets more toilet paper, and he blows his nose. Maybe he used another hand, maybe he just is disgusting. So you know, I have to deal with this, because I'm right next to him. So you know, he flushes, he gets up, he goes out, I hear the footsteps, and then I hear the door. Exactly. Nothing in between. No washing, not even a cursory rinse. Just to give me a little peace of mind. You know, I'm pretty sure that I know who this is, but I'm not. You know, I'm not gonna mention names. Just there's a reason that I'm holding the microphone before Justin. Anyway, back to one-liners because they're better. I'm going to preface this by saying that I don't have a girlfriend, but girlfriends are the easiest thing to make fun of. My girlfriend is like a star, hot but distant. My girlfriend is like a dog. She smells terrible when she's wet. There's another. My girlfriend is like a western, frequently filled with large men and horses. To continue the misogyny, the other day, actually twice in the past 2 weeks, my mother has called me and asked me what a misogynist is. And next time I have to tell her, I'm not going to be so nice about it. Oh, she's ignorant. Oh crap, this is being recorded. I love you, Mom. One time I was hit by a taser, so a guy threw it at me. I'm an English major, and as such, I am required to tell one joke that is specifically directed at English majors. Yeah. I took a blood oath too. Hepatitis is a small price to pay for you know, a major where people keep coming up to you and saying, English major, what are you going to do with that? Teach? And then silently adding in their head, because that's all you're good for. Anyway, the joke. So I used to tutor kids in English in high school. They were high school students, and one day I asked this freshman to demonstrate a literary illusion. He made Ellison disappear. Just a few more and I'll be done. I think elephants are overprotected, but it's easy for me to say that from my ivory tower. Militant feminists. I tip my hat to them. They don't like it. I had a great uncle who grew up during the Great Depression. Never threw anything away. He died in World War II, holding onto a hand grenade. And finally, What's worse than biting into an apple and finding a worm?
What?
Chlamydia. Thank you.